The flag folding ceremony represents the same religious principles on which our country was originally founded. The portion of the flag denoting honor is the canton of blue, containing the stars representing the states our veterans served in uniform. The canton field of blue dresses from left to right and is inverted when draped as a pall on a casket of a veteran who has served our country in uniform. In the armed forces of the United States, at the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out and at the ceremony of reveille, run aloft as a symbol of our belief in the resurrection of the body. The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life. The second fold is a symbol of our belief in the eternal life. The 13th fold is accomplished when the flag is completely folded. The stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God We Trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today.
Forward, forward.
And now you know the true meaning of the folding of.
Thank you. I'm Gary Myers. I'm currently the president of the Havasu Freedom Foundation, and we're responsible for the Havasu Memorial Walkway. We started this project back in early 2008, so you can count how many years we've been doing this. I also have a handful of other thank yous before we get started with the ceremony. I need to thank the board of the Havasu Freedom Foundation, many of which are here. I'm wearing my Havasu Freedom Foundation shirt. Some others on the board are wearing it. We've got some board members on the stage. We introduced later Ellen Albert, who put our program together. We've got Scott McIntyre with ASU. He's our educational consultant. We've got several other board members here. Tom Kirshner, who does most of the detail work for the entire foundation, and is Irish, a Notre Dame guy. Where's Tom? Tom does most of the hard work for the foundation. So I want to thank our board members. Steve Bunn, Desert Hills Fire Department, allows us to use his facility for meetings. And of course, our best sound man in the business, Brian Stanek. Everybody on the board is a volunteer. We pride ourselves on having completed this project for the last 16, almost 17 years, and not a single person is getting paid. We're all here to help the community be and look better. So I want to applaud my board. Thank you. About this project and where it was going. And of course the question always comes up, well, what are you going to do when you get further down the walkway? And I say, we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it. And we're making progress, finally, in creating a bridge that we will eventually cross. So Mayor Cal Sheehy's done a great job, and thank you for all your support.
Good morning. So glad to have you all with us this morning. Before I start my prepared remarks, I do want to introduce a few elected officials that are with us today. We have Senator Sonny Borelli's joining us. Good morning, Senator. We have our guest speaker and Justice of the Peace, Judge Jill Davis. And we have Sheriff Doug Schuster with us. Again, thank you all for being here this morning and for the opportunity to celebrate this very special occasion. I'm Mayor Cal Sheehy, and it's my honor to stand before you alongside the Havasu Memorial Walkway, nestled along our beautiful Bridgewater Channel and the world-famous London Bridge. The concept of freedom resonates deeply within the hearts of many residents in Lake Havasu City, and the Havasu Memorial Walkway, a collaborative endeavor between the Lake Havasu Freedom Foundation, the Marine Corps League, and the city, serves an embedded tribute to our cherished freedoms. The feeling of home, the one where you know you are in the right place, at the right time, with the right people, doing the right thing. Yes, home is in our community. Home is in Lake Havasu City. The Havasu Memorial Walkway is one of those programs that help create home in Lake Havasu City. The walkway provides a lasting legacy for those that choose to be a part of our history, the history of our community, and the history of our home. Today, we gather to commemorate the unveiling of newly engraved bricks, paying homage to various groups that have contributed significantly to our community and our nation. As Gary had mentioned, this year the focus has been on our teachers, educators, and graduates. These are the citizens that make a lasting impact on our citizens' lives and our community. Teachers, educators, and graduates are joined by bricks laid by other themes that Gary reviewed. Among them are our veterans, Wounded Warrior Project, the Blue Star and Gold Star mothers and families, the Navajo Code Talkers of World War II, first responders, the Havasu Pioneers, healthcare heroes, the Vegas Route 91 victims, as well as numerous beloved family members and friends that have bricks along the walkway. In addition to honoring these individuals and groups, this walkway also features a collection of bricks recounting the rich tapestry of freedom throughout American history. As we wander along the path, we are not only reminded of the valor of our veterans who defended our nation, but also of our forefathers who laid the foundation of this great nation and crafted the enduring principles protected in our Constitution. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Havasu Freedom Foundation, the Marine Corps League Detachment 757, and the dedicated city crews for their unwavering commitment and tireless efforts in sustaining this endeavor. And I express my appreciation to the community and supporters for their steadfast dedication and also preserving this legacy. I'm grateful and proud to be here with you today to honor the many lives these bricks represent and look forward to honoring many more in the years to come. Thank you so much.
Get that down, because a lot of people have contributed over the years, and I would like to recognize them. But thank you for our dignitaries, elected officials, Judge Jill Davis, Mayor Sheehy, Senator Borelli, Sheriff Schuster, all the guests that are here today, and if there's any educators here, could you please stand up so we can recognize any educators that are here today, or past educators. first introduce, well, if you go on the brick, a big chunk of it is the American Revolution. And we finally got to the end of that, which is Garrett Schuster did the Treaty of Paris, which is the treaty that ended the American Revolution, that guaranteed our independence and our existence as a sovereign nation. And Garrett's going to read his essay, and then we'll have Ava come up and do hers. Okay, so this is Garrett Schuster. He's a junior at Lake Havasu High School. He also plays basketball. He suffered an injury. He had to get hip surgery, so that is why he's in his wheelchair right now. And so I want to thank Garrett for being here, because he just had the surgery this week, and so I'm sure he's not feeling really good.
I had the 1783 Treaty of Paris, and I was tasked with writing a concise paragraph on it. So my paragraph reads, the 1783 Treaty of Paris was a pivotal moment in advancing the cause of freedom in American history, as it formally ended the Revolutionary War and established the United States as a sovereign nation. By recognizing the independence of the former American colonies, the treaty shattered the political and legal ties with Britain and solidifying the vision of a free and self-governing nation. The negotiated boundaries, withdrawal of British troops, and protection of loyalists underscored the commitment to establishing an independent government. The treaty also set the stage for diplomatic recognition and engagement on the world stage, marking a crucial step in the nation's pursuits of freedom and self-determination. Thank you.
And I want to make a note real quick. If you look at the essays, they're not very long. They're very, very short. And that's very difficult. Sometimes it's easier to write a longer essay to really capture the moment and what the event is and how it advanced the cause of freedom. And so that's always been the very challenge for these students, is to how do you capture that in such a small window? And Garrett and Ava both did incredible jobs doing that, and it's not an easy task to do. So the next event is the Constitutional Convention. Another one of my students, a junior at Lake Havasu High School, had the task of writing about the Constitutional Convention and how that advanced the cause of freedom in 42 characters wide, 19 lines. So how do you do that, right? And so she did an amazing job. So please welcome Ava Tupance.
Is about the Constitutional Convention from May through September 1787. Convened in the city of Philadelphia, state delegates gathered to address the shortcomings of the Articles of Confederation and create a stronger, more cohesive framework for the United States. These framers sought to establish a balance of power, protect individual liberties, and create a government that derived its authority from the people. The convention played a crucial role in shaping the U.S. Constitution that would become the supreme law of the land. By instituting a system of checks and balances, separation of powers, and a federal structure, the Constitutional Convention laid the groundwork for a government that aimed to protect freedom while ensuring effective governance.
I'd like to now introduce our keynote speaker, somebody who I've known for 20 plus years. Seems like I've known everybody for about 20 plus years. But this, Jill Davis, is a little bit more special to me than to others. If you've met her professionally, I'm sorry. But she's been a friend of ours, her and her husband Greg and the family. We've watched the kids grow up. But when Jill first became Justice of the Peace, the first renewal of a wedding ceremony she did was for myself and my wife, 20 years. So 21 years ago, she did our renewal wedding ceremony. Justice Jill Davis has a long history in town, one of the pioneers, and has served in many positions. You can see a little bit of her bio on the program. And I'd like to bring Jill up to the microphone now.
Well, welcome everyone. Good morning. It's great to be here, and glad to see it stuck. You know, Gary, even the renewal, because I don't keep track, but it's always nice to see. And when Gary asked me to do this, it was either the triathlon or come speak here. So as Gary stated, I've got a little bit of a bio. He's giving me 5 to 10 minutes, so not much, since I have been here since 1967. I was 9 years old in 4th grade. There was, if you can imagine, basically one little schoolhouse where K through 8th grade was all in the same couple buildings. My sisters, some of you probably heard this, had to ride the bus to Kingman to go to high school. 2+ hours a day. They were not happy at all, but they did it, and we just somehow we managed, and it was a great childhood. There were only about 2,000 people here, if you can imagine that, and I'm thinking about all the times that we're at those 4-way stops and people wave you through and all of that. Well, we waved to everybody because you knew everybody on the road. It wasn't you go, it was like, hey, you know, how are you? So my parents never locked their doors, they left their keys in the car, and you just knew everybody in town. And I couldn't get away with a thing. So all through high school, my dad was president of the school board, first president of the Chamber of Commerce, was the first attorney in town. And I could not wait to get out of Lake Havasu. So I graduated in 1976. Hopefully my class, where there's a lot of us around still, will make use of the walkway and do some good presentation for you, Gary. And anyway, my parents gave me luggage for graduation. And I think my bags were packed in June, and I didn't go to ASU till August. But I, again, could not wait to get out of here and hit the big city. 7 years later, I got elected as a Justice of the Peace and have been through 6 elections. I'm so proud to serve this community because I love it. Look, I mean, I'm looking out. You can't see this, but this is the most beautiful view ever. And my dad used to say every day it felt like I was on vacation living here. And they would be so, so proud of what our town has become. I mean, it's just really incredible. But a shout out to all the teachers. We raised our 2 children here, and I don't want to brag, but you know, I'm a mom. But they went through the whole Lake Havasu City school system. And our son graduated from Dartmouth, played football there. He had excellent coaches, teachers that supported him all along the way here from Lake Havasu, and now works in finance in Manhattan. And our daughter graduated from UCLA, runs a 4 dermatology practice there, or they're opening another one in San Jose. So again, our kids do it, and there are so many more examples of these success stories in Havasu. 2 really good examples are sitting behind me. Mayor Cal Sheehy, a Havasu graduate. Our wonderful Sheriff Schuster, also a Lake Havasu graduate. And it's so heartwarming, I think, to think that we're all here. We're all here, we're home. This is home. Over the years, I have been really proud to work with all the schools too and bring the kids in to observe court. And they sit there through the whole couple hours in the morning, hear all the criminal cases, and then afterwards they get to ask the attorneys questions and stuff. And I always prepare the attorneys. Okay, we have so-and-so's 5th grade class coming in for a field trip today. And I said, you know that show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Let me tell you, you're probably not, and they do, they ask like some amazing tough questions. So it's helping our youth, and we couldn't be prouder. Both my kids had Mr. Zembatel, and it's been a while. So you were their favorite, you know. Anyway, thank you for having me, and I know all of you probably love this city as much as I do. Obviously, I have been here a very, very long time. But thank you again, and have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day.
First of all, I'd like to thank all our state, county, and city dignitaries that are here today. We're going to present an honor to Miss Captain Joan McDermott, a surgical nurse in 1969 in Vietnam. Joan and I have a lot in common. I was in Vietnam in 1968, the same time she was there. A lot of the things that I know of Joan, I can relate to. With that, the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 0975, in honor of service to Captain Joan McDermott. The Mojave County Vietnam Veterans of America, 975, in deep appreciation of your service as a nurse while in service to our country in Vietnam, is honored to present to you a brick that is embedded within the Havasu Memorial Walkway. This brick signifies the hardships of all medics, corpsmen, doctors, and nurses while assisting the wounded in battle while in Vietnam. It brings deep honor, deep gratitude for the compassion, healing, dedication, hardship, endurance while giving aid to those you assisted. The beginning of this memorial walkway sees the Wounded Warrior section, those that came home to the real world because of you. Honor and gratitude, signed by the VEA, President Leroy Elder, Sisto Sandoval, First Vice President Jerry Latasweets, and all the members and ADVA members or associates for your duty and action. Thank you, Joan. I'd like to present Joan the Vietnam Veterans logo. May I ask all Vietnam veterans to please stand up. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. And March 29th.